All right, guys, welcome back. So we saw what changing the threshold did, right? So click on the track again, go down to the audio effects window, click in the center. That's going to open the compressor back up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ratio right here, and we're going to turn that up to 4:1. Remember, the bigger the number on the left, the more compression, or the more the compressor reacts, the overall reaction. So now what we're going to do is we're going to deal with these small spots. Now I'm going to leave my threshold where it was, -32, because we know that brought the valleys down. I mean, that brought the peaks down, right? But now we want to make these low parts, we want to make them louder. We don't want to make these loud parts louder. We just want to make the low parts louder. And the way we're going to do that is by bringing up the makeup gain. So let's bring the makeup gain to 5 dB. See that? See where it says 5.0 dB? And now to give you a visual representation of what just happened, here's our threshold. This is the red line is our threshold. We brought that down to a -32. And now we're taking the makeup gain, which is our blue line, and we're bringing that up plus 5 dB. Now, what that's supposed to do is take these little small quiet parts and bring them up. So let's see. We've added the compression. Now we're going to bounce in place. So click on the region. This is the region right here that we want to bounce in place. Click on it. We're going to hold control. Click one time on the region. That's going to bring this up. Once we have this, now you should see bounce in place up here at the top, and there's the shortcut. We'll do the shortcut later. If you don't see bounce in place at the very top, just go back down to where it says bounce in place right here. Bounce in place, click on that. And again, we're going to name this again, lead compt with a D. There you go. Destination, new track, source, we're going to leave it muted. Include audio tail, and volume is fine. So we're going to hit OK. And now let's see. Wow. See what that did? Now it's made, look at this low part right here. This is the low parts. Look how loud it made the low parts. See that? It pushed the volume of the low parts way up. That might be a little too much, because what happens is a compressor can be your best friend, or it can ruin the dynamics. And you want a little bit of that up and down in the vocal, right? Because you want those little sweet spots where the vocal is low and then it's high. So yeah, but that's so you see. Now you see what the makeup gain does. The makeup gain took it from these low parts, to this. It made it that much louder. But look at the actual region now. It's much more even. See where here's like a little bit even, and then boom, there's that jump right there. And then a little jump there, real small, and then a big jump here. Now everything looks a little more even. You see that? That doesn't make sense. Get up, come grab me in the room, or rewind the video. So we're going to click on this again, this region. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to click on this track. We're going to get rid of it. And then we're going to unmute this again, because what happens is when you bounce in place, it will mute this unless you tell it not to. So we're going to hold control. First of all, you have to make sure you click on the region. So click on this region, hold control, tap the letter M, and that brings it back. I don't know how I feel about that compression. That might be a little too much. Okay, so we're going to go back to the compressor, click on the track, open up the compressor. And now here's the makeup gain. I'm going to bring the makeup gain down to just +3. So there you go. See how it's 3.0? And we're going to leave our threshold at 32. I'm going to close the compressor. And let's take a listen. Actually, let's open the compressor back up too. So here's the compressor. And I'm going to turn it off and on while you're listening so you can hear the difference. Okay, so here we go. Remember, this blue means on, gray like this means off. So let's listen. We'll start with it on.
And I know that we all make mistakes, but let's not let love go to waste. With you by my side, I know we'll be okay.
But you see how now this low part, it feels good. It's like up here somewhere, and now you don't have to worry about trying to adjust this volume somehow. There's another way to do this, but it's not the same thing. Okay, every year students are like, yeah, but you could just use automation. Yes, you can use automation, right, to draw in and make stuff louder, but that's a whole different monster than compression. Okay, so you want to compress and do all that first and then add automation. But now this vocal is nice and loud. This whole thing is nice and loud, right? So now, yeah, we got a compressed vocal. Now all we would have to do is just grab the volume and bring the volume down. Let's bring it down to, say, a -5, right? See that? Or you can pull up the mixer, grab it right here, and bring it down to a -5. So let's close the mixer and let's listen again.
And I know that we all make mistakes, but let's not let love go to waste. With you by my side, I know we'll be okay.
See how nice and even that sounds? Yeah, man. And then look, let's look at this second half. If we put our loop from 17 to 29, like that. Look at this part. This part is very up and down. He's got some quiet stuff in there too. Look, there's a nice peak here, way back down, nice little peak, way back down. You see what I mean? So there's one way that you can also add compression to this. Remember, I want you to work smarter, not harder. So there's two ways that you can do this. Let's listen to this section right here. Let's listen.
Our love can't be replaced.
So if we were to start at 15, it's going to be nice and loud and compressed and even here, and then there's no compression on this track. So watch.
Okay. Our love can't be replaced. Through it all, know that I'm here to stay. With you by my side, I know we'll be alright.
Now you see here, this section, those are some pretty low parts right there. And you're going to need that compression to really push up and really just give the vocal a feeling like it's sitting in your face in the mix, right? So there's two things we can do here. We can either take this file, click on it, right? We can open up the scissors. This is a little tricky trick that I like to use. So I'm just going to cut right here on the file. See that? And then I'm going to go up to this region, and I'm going to cut in the same spot. See that? So you got two even lines. Now what I'm going to do is bring up the pointer, click on this one, this top one right here. I'm going to delete it. See that? Once I delete it, I can zoom in. This better if you zoom in. Grab this one, move it up. And now this is compressed with this right chill. See that? Nice and lovely. Now if we listen.
Okay. Our love can't be replaced.
See, now this is compressed and this is compressed because they're both on the same track with this compressor. There's another little secret thing you can do here, okay? We're going to hold Command and press Z. That's to undo. We're going to undo the cuts. So bring those lines back. Let's say that you didn't want to cut this and bring it up. You want to keep it on its own separate track, but you wanted the compression from this track. What you can do is open the compressor up. once you've got your compressor up, this is the compressor. These are the settings for track 1 for the hook lead. What you can do is go to copy, click on that, close the compressor, go to the next track, go to audio effects, go right here to compressor, is already there. And then once you get there, go to paste, hit paste, boom. Now your compression settings, look at that, 32 minus 32, 4.1, and plus 3 on the makeup. Now this track and this track have the same exact compression plugins. Now you're probably asking, why would you not just cut this and move it up? Sometimes you can't. Sometimes there's something on this track that's pouring over a little bit, and you have to have something on a separate track. So that's just another cool little thing. So let's recap some things real quick here. In order to pull up a plugin on a track, you click on the track, you go to Audio Effects plugin, and then you click on it. That will open this window, and you can add more effects. In order to mute a region, just the region, a region would be this right here. All you gotta do is click on it, Control, and then tap the letter M one time to mute it, tap the letter M to unmute it. Cool. Now to bounce in place, you would just click on the region. You would either hold Control, click with your mouse, and either click on bounce in place here, or go down to where it says bounce and join, and then bounce in place that way. Or you can click on the region, hold Control, tap the letter B for big one time, and boom, there's the shortcut. So the shortcut is Command B. All right, guys, do not leave this tutorial. Do not abandon this tutorial until you have learned and understand everything that we have just gone through. Thank you guys for your time. Have a good one.